Hello from Emma and me. Welcome to this evening's programme.
First tonight, it's a campaign rooted in the aftermath of World War I. And today, this year's Poppy Appeal was launched in our region.
Well, last year, around 40 million poppies were sold across the country, giving the Royal British Legion more than £34 million to help current and former servicemen. This year, they're hoping to raise £36 million, which would enable them to distribute more than £42 million in total.
Well, today's launch was held in the garrison town of Colchester, which has suffered heavy losses in recent years in Afghanistan and Iraq. Our correspondent Natalie Gray was there.
The girl band The Saturdays are the faces of the Put on a Poppy Appeal. This year's campaign is all about supporting the injured, wounded and bereaved of British forces serving in Afghanistan. The national launch held here at Colchester Garrison because 16 Air Assault Brigade are currently in the war zone. And one of them has been killed in this current tour of duty. He's Corporal David Barnsdale, who was 24. He died on October the 19th while searching for mines. In a sad coincidence, his body was repatriated to the country today at Wootton Bassett. Back in Colchester, and one of the faces of this year's Poppy Appeal is Emma Jane Webster. She knows all about grief. Her fiancé died in a bomb blast in September. How are you getting by?
I'm doing OK, aren't we?
Does it help actually doing things like this?
I think it does, yes. Because obviously if you don't help the people that help you, how are they supposed to be able to get the support for other people that they've given to me and my family?
The Poppy Appeal was first launched in 1921, 3 years after World War I ended. That year it raised £106,000, equivalent to about £3 million in today's money. By 1945, when World War II finished, that had risen almost tenfold to about £1 million. And after a slight dip in 1950, the sums have gone up every year since. The Poppy Appeal target this year is £36 million. That's £2 million more than last year. But in these austere times, will people give? Two of the Saturdays, Rochelle and Frankie, are from Essex. They're convinced people will still dig deep. 36 million, though, girls, is a big, fat target. Can you do it?
Yeah,
of course we can.
We're aiming for more as well.
Yes.
So get buying them poppies, guys.
The target.
And in Ipswich, it seems people will find the money somehow.
Times are hard. People might not be able to give more, but I'm sure people would give the same as they did last year.
I've had a son that survived Afghanistan one tour. I'm definitely giving more.
I think I'll probably just stick a couple of £3 in the pot, same as I always would.
These are worrying times for families left behind, but the Saturdays gave families in Colchester a rare treat, a free concert just for them. And if you're wondering where your poppy money goes, well, 25 million of it will be spent on 4 personal recovery centres for injured soldiers. One of them will be built right here at Colchester Garrison. So the Saturdays do their bit for the Poppy Appeal. Andy Murray and David Cameron are among other celebrities in a single with no words or music being released to boost funds too. Natalie Gray, Anglia News, Colchester.
Now then, the parents of a man who died trying to rescue a dog from a freezing lake in Northamptonshire say the fire service should have done more to save their son and his friend.
Philip Surridge from Corby and Paul Litchfield from Raunds drowned at Brightwell Lakes near Kettering last December.
An inquest heard today that the first rescue crews to arrive at the scene were told to wait for specialist equipment, a delay relatives believe was crucial. Hannah Pettifer has this report.
The waters today were calm, masking the hidden dangers lying beneath. A few days before Christmas last year, 2 men died in this lake in Great Addington. Philip Surridge and his friend Paul Litchfield had gone shooting. Paul's dog ran onto the icy lake but got into trouble. He tried to save it, but the ice broke. Philip tried to help his friend, but he too fell through the ice. His cries for help were heard by Stephen Smith, who lived near the lake. Through the darkness, he could make out 2 holes in the ice. One had the head of a dog bobbing above it, the second the head of Philip Surridge. "Don't let me die," he called out. Mr. Smith waded in, trying to reach him with a branch, but by the time specialist fire crews got onto the lake, Mr. Surridge had slipped under the water. Today at an inquest, Northamptonshire Fire and Rescue Service said a team of 6 firefighters who first arrived at the scene did not go into the lake because it was against policy. They had to wait for specialist water rescue teams to arrive. Although that was a matter of minutes, to Mr Surridge's family it was a case of life or death.
They could have gone into the water. Mr Smith was in the water. They could have gone into the water with ropes tied round them. Could have got out further to save Philip. They let Philip die, and that's all I'm going to say.
We believe that it would have been unsafe at the particular point that gentleman was in the water to deploy a firefighter into the water at that point. I know the firefighters that did attend, some of them did go into the water to try to get closer to the individual in order that we can deploy some throw lines, but unfortunately they weren't able to get close enough to be able to do that.
Coroner Anne Pember thanked Stephen Smith for his amazing, valiant efforts to save Philip Surridge, saying he did his utmost in freezing conditions to try to save him. But she also issued a stark warning, saying it's quite frankly not worth the risk to human life to rescue a dog. Hannah Pettifer, Anglia News, Great Addington.
Now, the Queen got a little taste of Essex today as she toured 2 food suppliers which date back to the 19th century.
Yes, Her Majesty toured the historical Maldon salt site. She then met workers at Tiptree Jam Factory. Lorna Ramsey has this report.
From up above to down below, people crammed into every corner of Maldon High Street to welcome Her Majesty to their hometown. The Queen is just about to arrive here, and you can feel the excitement here in Maldon High Street. People of all ages have come here, including residents of Milton Manor Care Home in Maldon.
Oh, it means a lot to me. I'm a real Queen follower, if you like, and to see the Queen in person, to me, means a hell of a lot.
It's history. It's, you know, once in a lifetime. So for me, yes, you know, good opportunity.
It's very important, really, you know, to me. It's lovely. Lovely. It means a lot.
She flew in at just before 1 o'clock and received a rapturous welcome. She walked along the high street, talking to people and collecting gifts. She made her way to the town hall, where she enjoyed a spot of lunch with dignitaries. And food seemed to be the theme of today's visit to Essex. She started her day at Maldon Crystal Salt Company, where she watched some of the traditional methods of making salt. And she ended her day at Tiptree Jam Factory, where her visit is the icing on the cake for its 125-year anniversary celebrations. The taste of Wilkins jam may well be familiar to the Queen. It's had a royal warrant since 1954, recognising it as a regular supplier to the royal family. During her visit, she spoke to staff, toured the factory and unveiled a plaque.
I didn't really know what to expect, but it was like, wow, you know, she's actually walking past me, you know, that was good.
Well, we were all surprised how small she was, to be honest. We were all going, oh, she's small, you know, she's small.
This is the Queen's first visit to Essex in 6 years. The last time the Queen and Prince Philip visited Colchester in 2004. But the people of Maldon and Tiptree will never forget the day when Her Majesty enjoyed a taste of Essex.
Fantastic. Well, Lorna Ramsey joins us now from the Jam Factory in Tiptree. Lorna, a special day for everyone there, no doubt.
Yes, a very special day, and a royal visit wouldn't be a royal visit without a plaque. And this here is Tiptree's one, together with the book that Her Majesty signed earlier today. Well, I'm joined now by one of the directors here, Christopher Newenham. Christopher, it's the 125th anniversary. What a birthday present.
Absolutely. I mean, we couldn't ask for more, could we? It's been an absolutely outstanding day for all of us, and the staff, I think, have had an absolutely exceptional time.
And what did the Queen do here today?
She came and had a look around our factory. She wandered through the factory, talked to a few staff in there. She then came down to our tea room. She met a few of the retired staff in the museum and then came in here and spoke to some more staff. And she was very, very generous with the time she gave to us today.
What did it mean for the staff here?
I think it's fantastic recognition for all the hard work that everybody's done over the last 125 years, and of course we're the very lucky beneficiaries of her time and input today. So I think everybody's absolutely thrilled to bits with the way the occasion has gone.
It's the question I think that everybody wants to know. Do you know what the Queen's favourite flavour of jam is?
I don't, I'm sad to say. They, of course, take a wide range of products from us, and I'd love to think that she's a fan of everything that we produce, but I don't know what her favourite is.
Thank you very much, Christopher. Well, they're remaining tight-lipped here, but I'm going to guess that her favourite is strawberry, because it's my favourite, and everybody loves strawberries, don't they?
Yeah, that's not far. That's a good guess. We were talking about it as well,
true.
Lorna. Thank you very much indeed for that. You came up with a different one, didn't you? What was your thought?
Well, I think she's quite traditional, so I imagine it would be something like Greengage or gooseberry, perhaps.
Yeah,
oh,
you
I
are
love
sophisticated.
gooseberry. I am. I love gooseberry
I thought she was
jam.
eyeing up those black currants quite widely, actually.
Quite